Scorpio, welcome to your reading. I'm Julie, this is Julie's Tarot reading. I'm recording this in the month of October, but whenever you find it, it will be for you. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Cross-watchers, you're welcome. Anybody that has Scorpio in their chart somewhere, you could also take this reading. Now, if it doesn't resonate, I mean, this is a large collective, so it's not going to resonate for everybody, but if it does, please give me a thumbs up or a like, or follow me on TikTok or subscribe to YouTube. I keep being told that I've been trying to do this reading for a few days actually, but I've been very busy, that there's either you're walking away from an old love or there's a new love coming in, one way or the other. But I feel like you're in quite an independent area at the moment. You're not chasing anything. You're not saying like you're just happy to wait for the right person to come in. But I do feel there's quite possibly some kind of ending. So I'm going to look at you and then we'll look at this new person coming in, because I do definitely feel there's somebody new coming in, but it's not quite yet. It's going to be soon, but when you're not expecting it, but not quite yet. So after all that ramble, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising signs, please. Let's see what's going on in their energy. Okay, Seven of Swords can be a strategic card, but it's also about lies and manipulation. Hopefully my camera can pull this up. You've got the Six of Pentacles. Because I do feel like you might be a little bit unhappy about an ending of some sort, and it's quite possible you could have been holding on to it. So the cards so far, you can see that you've got the Seven of Swords, lies and manipulation. Six of Pentacles, you may have been given to a situation that wasn't worthy of your time. You may not have seen what was happening, which is why you've held on to it. But now, going into the future, I think in current energy, you're seeing above or over the lies. In other words, you're seeing through them. I'm seeing clarity coming. Show me the current energy, please. Seven of Wands, standing your ground for what you want. Could also have a lot coming at you at the moment. So let's just see what else. The Moon. In the future, solution, confusion, but it's also about listening to your intuition. I might need to push those up a little bit. We'll do some clarification in a minute. If you aren't with anybody at the moment, there is somebody new coming in. That's what I'm feeling very strongly. Show me the future, please. Yeah, this may have been a disappointment, but the Three of Swords is a past heartbreak, so it's something you would be getting over in the future. Anybody new coming in, please? Page of Pentacles, really pushing forward, putting your plans into action, concentrating on what you want. Last one, please. Ten of Pentacles. So it could be that you're not going to take any old relationship that comes along. You're definitely holding out with the Strength card for something that's exactly what you want. You're not going to go through this heartache again. And you will get it, because you've got the Ten of Pentacles here, which is long-term security after some confusion, illusion. I'm going to get a few cards to clarify these. So past situation, justice, you could have been married, and the Nine of Pentacles. So it feels like you may have been in a relationship that was very happy, and you were very happy. You could have been living together, engaged, married. But I feel like there was some kind of deception here. You've got Ten of Wands. It looks like you were given an awful lot, trying to make this relationship work. But it also feels like the other person only put in the necessary amount of effort to keep you on the hook, if that's your story. Four of Swords. Sorry, yes, Four of Swords. This is about healing and separation. It's about spending time alone. And then you've got the Eight of Wands. So this could well be that you are now moving forward. You've released... I mean, Four of Pentacles is about security, but it's also about holding on to your money. In this instance, you were holding on to the relationship, or could have been. I think it might be because you were trying to figure something out, because things weren't very clear, or you didn't have closure, or something of that nature. Let's look at the current energy, please. Three of Wands for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. You've got the Sun, very positive in the current energy. You may recently have You've either been waiting for an answer, or you have seen this relationship from a higher perspective. But I feel like in the current energy, you're finally getting your joy back, your happiness back. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, sorry, Nine of Cups, and you've got the Fool. So with this current energy in the middle, which is the Seven of Wands, this is somebody standing up for what they want, standing their ground. They're not taking any old rubbish. They know what makes them happier, and they're going to hold out until they get it. And it looks like you will be getting it because you've got the Nine of Cups. I don't feel like you need anybody. It would be nice to have a companion or somebody in your life, a new lover, but I don't feel like you need them. You're very independent, male or female, doesn't matter. And with the Fool over the moon is about things that are hidden in shadow, and I feel like in the past it was, but with the Fool it's like you're seeing it for what it was, and you're quite willing to now to take the step for a new journey. Sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Strength card. This is courage and determination. It's also patience to overcome any kind of toxic situation in love. Oh my goodness, look at this. If I show you these cards, so it looks like it's taken a lot of courage and strength for you to be able to get over what would have been, I suppose you could put it as a codependent relationship, or somebody that was manipulating you. That's what I feel, especially with the Seven of Swords. In love, I feel like they came in, they swept you off your feet, you thought everything was great, but the relationship became a burden after a while. It felt like you were the only one holding it together. The other one only ever put as much effort in as that was needed. And I feel like you've had to heal from that, and you've decided to move on because you've got the Eight of Cups. This is walking away from something that's not emotionally fulfilling. And then the victory, success is that you did it. You might be tired, you might have gone through quite a lot of battles, but you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is a new cycle of events, and you're absolutely right to hold out for anything that you want. I think you realise what makes you happy now. I do feel we've got a couple of planet changes this week. So I think Pluto goes direct tomorrow. And I do feel like there's some kind of awakening going on. But I also feel that after some confusion, there's a new journey on the horizon for you. Let's look at the heartbreak at the bottom there. This is future energy, but this is you recovering from a heartbreak. Really focusing, taking action, concentrating on what you want. I do feel, excuse me, I've had this tickly cough for weeks. With this Page of Pentacles, I feel like whilst you wait for your new person to come in, and they will come in, you're just going to concentrate on you, on your family, on your friends, on your money, on your job, and you're doing you. I feel like your security is very important, but I don't feel like you're going to put that on hold. You're just going to keep pushing through. Let's have a look at the Three of Swords, please, Spirit. You've got the Moon in reverse. Is my deck in reverse? So with the Moon in reverse, is that there's no more illusion or confusion or manipulation. Nothing's being hidden now. You're coming out of that phase concerning this disappointment. It doesn't have to be a hard heartache. It could just be a disappointment of some sort, whether it be with a family member, a friend, a lover. Whatever it is, this is past heartbreak and you are over it. You see it now for what it was. Let's have a look at the Page of Pentacles, please. So Scorpio, I hope you're well today. This gives you some enlightenment into, where you're going and what you're doing. Page of Pentacles, please. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles, brand new solid beginnings, something that's very tangible. There's absolute opportunity here, and it could be to do with a job. It could be that you're focusing on your money for the next couple of weeks. So another one for that one, please. Yeah, I mean, you've got something like here that could be considered a defeat.
but I don't feel this person was ever going to be different from, you know, I feel like they put on, you know, talked a good talk, they put on a good show, but I don't feel like they were actually really honest with you. I mean, you've got an ending to arguments, confusion, manipulation and lies, and you're too good for that, Scorpio. You have got the Ten of Swords. This is an ending now. I don't feel that you will go back to this person. It is something that is done and dusted. The tens are completion, that's it, there's no more. And then you've got the Four of Cups. Four of Cups being melancholy, sadness of some sort. So it looks to me like you're coming out of any kind of fog where you couldn't see clearly. Heartbreak is dissipating, is coming to an end, and you're coming out of this maybe melancholy kind of energy and having a brand new beginning, brand new start. And you've also got the Ace of Wands here. So Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and that could be in work or money. Sorry, work or love. Let's have a look at the 10, please. What does that mean for Scorpio? King of Cups. Do you know, on the pre-shuffle, the amount of times this person came out, so to me, this is a person coming in. You've grown, you've learnt from this. This King of Cups could be male or female. Switch it, you know, reverse it depending on your gender. This is somebody that's going to give you long-term security, long-term safety, I've just heard. And I've split the deck here, and we've got the Eight of Cups and the High Priestess. So yeah, I mean, look, Eight of Cups and Four of Pentacles, you're walking away from holding on to something that feels like it was an illusion. And what I'm getting very strongly is that this person never really showed you who they were. I feel like they wore a mask, male or female, and they put in as much effort that was needed, told you what you wanted to hear, so that you would basically, you know, stay with them. And I feel like with the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like you were giving, and they weren't. It's almost like you're begging for them to, and I don't mean you did beg, but you're begging for some attention, although you're the one that's giving all the good stuff. And I see that you've spent time alone and you've looked at this and you've seen the answers, because in the past here you've got the Eight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, moving on, positive energy, and then you've got the Sun, seeing this for what it was. This person, I feel, wasn't really worthy of your time, but you're holding out for your total happiness. No more of this pretense. A new journey is on the horizon. The fog is clearing. You've got new opportunities coming in, and this time you are going to listen to your intuition. It's here on the deck. You do have an offer coming in from somebody who's much more mature than the person you were with. And they are somebody that can commit to a long-term, steady relationship. And with the Ten of Swords here, it looks like the past is over. Even if this person did come back around, which I don't feel they are going to, I do not feel it's in your interest to go back around with this person. Unless you want to. Of course you can. But I feel if you did, you'd block this brilliant, lovely person coming in. And they could, do you know what? I feel that it could be a Pisces, or there could be another Scorpio. That's what I'm getting. This person is going to give you long-term security. They're going to give you what you're looking for. You're going to find what you're looking for with this person. So we'll touch base again a little bit later in the month. I'm clearing my calendar of these parties and readings, private readings I'm doing, so I should be able to get some more videos in. And I hope you have a good day, and I will catch you soon, Scorpio. You take care.